Hey everybody, it's Eilers-Heffner here, Senior Ruby Ambassador, and I am here with my good friend Rebecca Stiff, and she is sharing her business. She is a super silver, and she is super excited to continue to grow her business, to go to convention with us. And she just has some really amazing tips on reaching out to people and really connecting really well with people. So we have been talking about doing this for a while, and then we just had Monday night call with Jamie Haskin and Tiffany Wilson sharing some of their tips as well. And so they are a blue and a yellow, or a yellow and a blue, and then Rebecca is more of a green blue. So she has some really, really good tips too. And I thought that it was good timing to be able to jump on here. So Rebecca and I met each other about 11 years ago. So she is a physical therapist assistant. I'm a PT, and we worked together. I was kind of filling in, covering a little bit at a nursing home, and that's where she was working full time. And we always got along really well at work, enjoyed working together. I've always been jealous of her pretty red hair, and we just really connected. And then that was like before Facebook, so we didn't really have a lot of connection. We ran into each other a couple of times randomly through the years, and then about a year ago I ran into her at the grocery store, and we jumped on Facebook together, and I was like, oh my gosh, she will love Plexus. And I was working on rekindling the relationship, and all of a sudden she's like, hey, what is this Plexus stuff? I need this stuff. I'm like, yes, you do. So it was a great re-meeting, and we're just really enjoying working the business together and rekindling our friendship and getting the kids together and all of that. So it's been really fun. So Rebecca, tell us a little bit about your journey so far with Plexus and your health testimony.
Well, I started Plexus back in May. Like she said, like Elizabeth said, we ran into Aldi together, and I saw that she was posting things about feeling better with joint inflammation. So I saw that right away. Reached out to her, asked her what this Plexus stuff was, and I decided quite quickly, actually, to go ahead and start it. And I would say after taking it, I think the first week, I remember telling you that my feet were feeling better. I think I had less inflammation all over. I have rheumatoid arthritis, so I really wanted to work on not only feeling better currently, but also just trying to keep it from getting worse. So I started taking it. Within a week, I ended up feeling better. I also started making diet changes for more anti-inflammatory diet type things. Within 2 weeks, I had way more energy. I was losing weight, which I actually didn't get into it for that, but I think it just, with changing my diet and with all the benefits with Plexus, with inflammation, I wasn't gassy like at all anymore. I wasn't bloated, more energy. Gosh, if I drank a cup of coffee, it was like I was supercharged. But what else? I started realizing that I was sleeping better. I didn't even think I slept that badly, but I was waking up feeling more rested. I had energy throughout the whole day, and I've got 2 little kids. Well, the one goes to school, but I have a 2-year-old daughter, so I could keep up with her more. I'm trying to think of what else I can say.
I think, and you really were like, I'm going to start walking in the mornings. I feel like I have so much more energy and I can do that. I'm going to walk the dogs. Like, you just were like really excited to just have that energy back and that balance. And it was, it's kind of like one of those things where you don't even realize how tired we really were until we start feeling better. So
I really didn't feel like I was an overly tired person.
Right.
I've never felt like I can't make it through my day. I'm not a naps person, but it felt like I had energy throughout the day without even trying to have energy throughout the day. Mm-hmm. But I've stayed on my eating, changing my diet, putting a lot of good food into my body. I was probably cheating a lot more than I used to, or a lot more than I thought I was going to, or wanted to admit to, I should say. But I cut out with this. Another thing that helped too is Plexus. I know I don't crave a lot of sugar and junk food like I used to. So it makes it easier to make good choices when I do eat, and my appetite stays more in check too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's very nice, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost 30 pounds.
30 pounds that she didn't even try or desire to, that wasn't ever your goal to do. And I will say this for Rebecca, that a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You've lost all this weight. And she's like, okay, hold on. I feel better. Let's focus on that, you know? But when people see her, they're just like, wow. And it's just one of those things that is a side benefit to balancing the gut and getting that inflammation under control. So,
Well, it makes it a good icebreaker, I guess. It's a good segue into telling about Plexus. But you're right, I don't like focusing on the weight loss aspect of it because I didn't get into it for that. And then you get close friends that, you know, criticize you too much for, what are you doing? You know, they crinkle up your nose, you're skinny, you know. So that, but I try not to focus on the weight loss thing. But there are people out there that need it. So I have to make sure that I address that also.
Exactly. Yeah. And I never had the weight to lose or anything, or never was that my goal. But as well, like there's a lot of people that is their goal. And so we do want to remember to support them in that too. And people that are critical of it are probably just jealous, you know, you're making positive changes in your life and they're like, oh, why is she doing that? But that is another topic that we aren't going to get into.
Right.
I remember too, you telling me pretty early on that when you got up in the morning, put your feet on the floor, you weren't like, oh, my feet hurt. They felt great when you first even got up. Because with rheumatoid arthritis, there's a lot of stiffness involved, especially early in the morning. And then as the joints get up and moving and more lubricated, then the pain can subside and that stiffness can subside. But to wake up and already feel good is amazing. And so such a relief. So very good. Yes. And then Rebecca is like a master connector with people. So I remember even when we first met, her just having these deep conversations with patients and really connecting with them and learning from them, but still making them get their exercises in. You know, she just really has that skill where I tend to get caught up in like chatting. I'm like, oh wait, we need to exercise too. So she's really good at just really giving people undivided attention, and that is really huge. So you bring this up a lot when we talk, so I'd love it if you could share a little bit of just your passion for connecting with people.
Well, where should we start? Look back in my childhood days when I don't know. I think it's something that's actually changing since I started my life change last year in May, really. I knew I liked people, but I feel like I'm wanting a more deep, I don't want to say deep connection, but there's just some meaning when I connect with people. And I feel it more now than I used to. And it really did go hand in hand with changing my lifestyle. And and even just in being part of, you know, Pink Power team, I think it's really made me want to go out there and be affected by people, add to their life, but also learn from them, and therefore in return adding to my life. So what do? I try to, when I reach out to people I don't know, let's say, what I will end up saying is just, hey, how's it going? I introduce myself a little bit, and I let them know right up front that I've really been inspired to connect with people, either reach out to new people, reconnect with, you know, old friends, whatever, in just whatever way. And a lot of times they say, hey, that's cool, you know, and so they start telling me a little bit about themselves, and then I'll tell them a little about myself. And I try to let the conversation flow really naturally. For me, part of that, though, is I don't want it to feel kind of like I'm being sneaky about the business side of it. So after talking with them a little bit, I usually, what I'll do is throw in there that I'm a physical therapist assistant part-time, but I also I started a health and happiness business that I'm loving, and that really is where my passion lies. And that's one of the reasons why I've been inspired to reconnect with people. And so most of the time it leads to, oh, really? What business is that? and I can then naturally and organically, so to speak, let them know what it's all about. And if they don't ask what it is, I kind of feel out the situation, really. If it's somebody I don't know at all, like I just friended them because they were a friend of a friend, or I thought that they would be somebody that would be interested in it down the line, or like their Facebook page, I kind of hold off a little bit, or I'll just, like I said, feel it out, play it by ear type thing. But I do love being able to start talking to them, because it is genuine. Like, let's say they don't want anything to do with the product, even after I tell them, or they don't ask about it, then I really make sure I keep talking to them, because I don't want them to feel like they just got, I don't know what the word for it would be.
Bamboozled. I think that's a good one.
Bamboozled. I think that's the official word.
That is the official word. Yeah.
No, it's been nice, because it's made me want to connect with people in the community. I live in a very small city, really. Swartz Creek, Michigan's not big at all. It's got a nice hometown feel to it. And Brad and I have been here our whole lives, and we live in one of the bigger subdivisions. And so I started a walking group that was supposed to help keep people motivated through the winter, and nobody wants to walk in the winter, including myself.
That is because our weather is ridiculous
right
now.
But
It'll get better in about a month.
I still go in that group, and I still say, hey, anybody want to walk? Want to go walk at the mall, or do you want to go walk at this? There's a facility up here by the expressway. But I've done that, and I've gone on we have a subdivision page. So I go in and I friended people off of there, and I start talking with them, and it's there. I feel like it's very easy to just be like very upfront about, hey, I want to get to know people in the community. And then you just start asking them what they do. Ask, yeah, what do you do for work? Do you have kids? Where do your kids go? And I get to just throw in there, like I said, that I have a health and happiness business that I love doing. And I either share right away. Like I said, I kind of play it by ear. I don't know. I feel like some people you can tell are really open to hearing about it. They either ask, or you can tell that it's not going to be somebody who's like totally turned off by you presenting the products to them in that way. So I guess that's my tips, right?
Yes, for sure. And I just love that you truly are really still talking about Plexus and really putting those feelers out there, because there's so many people that need to feel better. And if we don't start talking about it, they won't know. And it's just like if you saw a neighbor like sitting on their porch, like, you probably like, hey, Susie, are you okay? Do you have a headache? Do I need to call somebody for you? Do you need some Motrin? Like, you're going to do, or ease in our case, but are you going to do, like, you're not going to just walk by them. You're going to see a need and help them. And that is so huge. And a lot of people don't talk about their health concerns. You didn't splatter all over your Facebook, I have RA, I'm in so much pain. So the public isn't going to know that. And so many people do keep these things inside. And so to be able to share something so life-changing is just a huge opportunity for us. And that's what we need to remember, is like, I truly care about you. I'd love to help, So that is so awesome.
And I've had to get over not a fear of telling people about it, but like talking with you. It's because sometimes it doesn't necessarily, as much as I'm extroverted and I love talking to people and I like meeting people, it doesn't always necessarily come like super naturally to throw Plexus in there somehow. Or to just would I reach out to these people if I didn't have this? But the bottom line is I do have this.
Right.
And so why would you not want to tell people about it? I'm not an advocate for a lot of prescription meds. I don't think they're going to fix everything. And if you can, I'm big on being proactive with your health. So if this helps you be proactive and it keeps you out of the doctor's office and you don't have to go on medication, harsh meds right now, if you can stop it now, you won't have to worry about it later. I mean, it's just being in our field, you see it. I mean, I wish I could get all my patients to take Plexus, but
right, absolutely.
Oh, your joints hurt? Well, I know you're kind of old, but I have Plexus. But that's how it works. They're just they're all on about 10 different medications, and that's one of my motivators too. Is like, if I can get people to start something now with being proactive with their health, they might not have to be in a facility relying on others and feeling less than good. I mean, really.
Right. Not subjugated to those lifestyle diseases and stuff, you know, and we see it
Yeah.
in our grandparents' age and our parents sometimes, depending on
Right.
what age bracket we are, but we see that, and the treatment is here's another pill, here's another pill, here's another pill.
Yes. It's a never-ending cycle. It's once
And
you're
here's
on
a
it.
pill to counter at
Yeah.
least side effects from those 2 pills. So
Right. Exactly.
yeah. So yeah, definitely. I just love your tips. I love your huge heart to help people and to share with others. And I know that this call is really going to help them as well. And so I thank you so much for being on here. Can you think of anything
Thank you for
else?
getting me on here.
Yes, you're welcome. It's so fun. So anyway, enjoy, and you can put your comments or questions in the post. If you have any further questions for Rebecca and I, will do our best to answer them. And yes, so thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.